Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. John Lehman from Cannington Central. We're here for the grand final of Rugby League in Western Australia. The two sides will be on the field very, very shortly. The sides of North Beach, last year's premiers, Mosman, Cottesloe.
And now here's the kick-off for the 1980 Rugby League Grandfinal between Mosman, Cottesloe and North Beach. And to describe the match for you, your commentator, John Lehman.
The grand final underway for 1980 of Western Australian Rugby League, and here we see the Cottesloe now in attack. There's been an infringement. Trevor Maybank, the big rugged front rower, taking the kick, finding the line. We now Cottesloe in attack, where Kevin Redfern has moved in onto the wing position, incidentally, for Mosman Cottesloe today. There were a few changes in the side. And again we see Trevor Maybank going through there doggedly, but meeting stiff opposition from the North Beach side. It'll be interesting to see just what tactics are used by the Cottesloe. The last time these two sides met, we saw quite a surprise defeat for the North Beach side. Now there's Detornia, the move, and Paul Graham comes through. Paul Graham from the fullback position coming right into the play. Playing the ball. Mark Hall kicks through. Bob Miller takes the ball right in front of the posts. Gets away gets through 2 or 3 men, but runs into a barrage of guys, and down he goes. Arthur Barrett there. Goes through, but again we find a very solid defence from the Cottesloe side, the Mosman Cottesloe side. Now there's a kick, it goes straight upfield, it's bouncing. Let's see. There's Rod Fielding, who's was into the 5/8 position. He goes through, having fallen back for the fullback position when Paul Graham came up. Caught just about the halfway mark at the moment. Cottesloe move forward once again. There's Stephen Fielding. The 3 Fielding boys are in this side, the Cottesloe side. Moving out now, throws out wide, right out here to the Rick Kavanagh, who's the replacement winger for Paul Butler, who's moved into the centre position. Now here's Charlie Ives going through. Sean Ridley taking the kick now. Ridley now moving back, standing the ball upright. Unusual kicking position where he comes in from the side, but it's well off line. Soboleski, they lock forward, picks it up, loose ball, and we see Paul Butler pounces onto it, and once again Cottesloe in attack. And there's the big Charlie Ives going down. Cottesloe now once again right up, putting it right up to North Beach in this game. There's Paul Graham, who's moved up into the 5/8 position there by the look of it. Referee Giganti is keeping a good control on this game right from the start, and he's not going to let things get out of hand. Once again, here's Sean Ridley moving off on that unusual kicking that he moves to the ball from the side on. And again outside, he's hooked it away. And still no score at the 5.5 minute mark in this grand final with North Beach and Mosman Cottesloe. From this drop out, there's Fielding. Taking the ball, moving up through. He's picked up quite a bit of ground. Oh, but he's dumped heavily, but then the ball's picked up nicely by Paul Butler from the loose ball, and he's tackled without gaining a great deal of ground. There's big Trevor Maybank now, moving right through and barging his way through, but he's brought down by a pack of forwards. Maybank to play the ball. It goes back now, and there's coming through hard for Cottesloe is the big second rower. Out the ball comes again. Now here's Cottesloe once again, getting that ball out to their back line and moving quite well, but the defence of North Beach is holding out very well. Now, here's a good move this time, and look, here we see Mark Hall. Mark Hall tried to break through, got through one tackle. He's brought down, however. Out a loose pass that time, but we see Rod Fielding picking the ball up. Scrum going down just inside the North Beach half, goes right back to the half line, and the loose ball there is picked up by the halfback, but again we find a knock on. Dick Costa gets through, lost the ball, and so Mosman Cottesloe once again gained the advantage. Stephen Fielding trying to break his way through from the ruck. Rick Common on the dummy half position. Now we see big Trevor Maybank trying to make his way through. He gets through about 2 or 3 players before he's brought down. John Fielding, the captain, in the second row position at the moment. Cottesloe still retaining possession of the ball. Maybank brings the ball out to John Fielding, and there's Rick Kavanagh on the wing, but yes, Kavanagh now picks up the ball, but he's brought down, he's well and truly held there by Arthur Barrett. Back goes the ball. Once again we find Rick Common kicks the ball high. Through go Cottesloe. Paul, no. Oh, here's the loose ball. Here's an opportunity, and it looks like, yes, a try has been given. And the 11-minute mark, right on the 11-minute mark. This is a good one. This looks as if it's there all the way. Bob Miller taking the kick-off for North Beach now. Goes well right down deep. Through comes Kevin Redfern, the opposite side winger there. Cottesloe once again taking that ball through their forwards. Soboleski, Tony Soboleski. Kicking, and it's a good one. Yes. First score on the board for North Beach. Well, it hasn't. It's been a reasonably clean sort of a game up to this stage, as opposed to the game a couple of weeks ago when Mosman Cottesloe surprisingly defeated North Beach. Here's a big kick now, finding the line, and it's out on the full. George Taylor put the ball in for North Beach, and it's won by Cottesloe. Out they go, right out to the back line, but it's a high pass that's not picked up. However, there's fielding going through now, and Paul Butler, and he's broken through well here, this boy Mark Hall. Once again we see Mosman Cottesloe on the attack, and it's Paul Butler this time who's brought down not that far out from the North Beach line, and they're defending very grimly. Once again the forward line moving out. Maybank out to Fielding. Fielding breaks clear again. He's got 3 or 4 players, but he's brought down around only about 10 metres out from the line. Once again we see the movement there, and here's out right out along the 3/4 line. Here's a breakthrough by Butler out to the wing, and he's through and he's in, I'm sure. A great try. That time by Kevin Redfern, finishing off a move where the defensive North Beach just didn't move up adequately, and they allowed a lot of movement by the back line of Mosman Cottesloe. Kicks right down deep, and I think it's gone out. Yes, out on the full. Take the tap kick, and back it goes. He throws the reverse the situation, reverses the play, and Cottesloe come through with Maybank just over the halfway mark. Cottesloe very confident now at this stage of the game. Out they go. Oh, and a pass there badly missed by Butler. And Williams has got the ball. Now it's North Beach coming through, trying to make a breakthrough, and there's Tim Duff getting through. Ball goes back. Once again, the big forward line. It's big Arborn going through, but he's brought down, but made some good ground for North Beach. Witham gets the ball. And there we have Dick Costa. Dick Costa. Back out along to Standen. Standen trying to make a breakthrough, the Bryce Trophy winner. Been a great player this season. But certainly needs a lot of Standens out there today to do something for North Beach.
George Taylor hasn't been very much in the game today.
No, George Taylor has not been noticed particularly well. Experienced player, but just hasn't shown up. Once again we see Mosman Cottesloe winning that scrum. And Rick Common going down on the ball. Mosman fighting their way out of the ruck here. Reverse the play around. Rod Fielding in the 5/8 position. Once again Maybank is playing a great game in the forward line, and he breaks through 3 or 4 tackles before he's finally brought down.
Redfern picking up the ball, going to Coleman.
Once again the ball going through on that Maybank there, picking the ball up. Throwing out along the 3/4 line, and here we have a good overlap here by Mosman Cottesloe if they can get that ball out, but however the defensive North Beach stands up. Up to it on this occasion as Paul Graham plays the ball. Once again they reverse the play infield, and Mark Hall is brought down as the scrum goes down. This penalty kick, it looks a good one too, by golly, and yes, it's all the way there. Soboleski, a good kick, and so North Beach move up to their second goal, and it's 8-4. Mosman Cottesloe have certainly played by far the better game up to this stage of it. A low kick off that time, and here's North Beach now coming up with, and getting right through. We see Bob Miller, a great run, he's broken right through. Miller now looking for backup, and he's got it there, but the ball is brought down by George Taylor, tackled with the ball. Good run that time by Bob Miller. Great run. And now we see Tim Duff making his effort to get through. North Beach now moving in, starting to look good. Pop Standen goes there. Throws the ball loose, he's left loose. Here's the opportunity now. It's North Beach. Dean Williams right on the line. Desperate situation, but the ball is dropped. North Beach now starting to look a little bit more confident. But again we see Cottesloe, Mosman Cottesloe, and a penalty. 28-minute mark. He should put this one through by his last two kicks were particularly good. And yes, it's there all the way. And so North Beach coming back into this game with the score at 8-6. Quite a good crowd here today to see this grand final. And Mosman Cottesloe not wasting any time in getting that ball away. Big kick and he'll find it no doubt. No, he doesn't, but the ball is knocked on and out. This time the ball goes into the scrum. It's held in there, but Cottesloe, I think, have got it. Cottesloe win the ball. There's Graham Crease coming through. The ball goes out now to Paul Graham. He's a danger player. And again we see this time it's Paul Butler going through. And Mark Hall. Mark Hall throws infield to Common. Common throws across a high pass, and again Cottesloe on the attack. Here's Common back into the play again. Out to the outside wing, but down goes the big forward, I think it was, from the Mosman Cottesloe side on that occasion. Good play there by Mosman Cottesloe. They looked really dangerous. Stephen Fielding, the hooker for Mosman Cottesloe, taking the ball, and there's Trevor Maybank, takes the ball high up, barges his way through, but he's picked up by two or three of the and there's an infringement there. Ridley comes in with his kick, and it's up there. The leading goal kicker for the season, Sean Ridley, and this could be a game where goal kicking could decide the result of this particular game. Kicks deep, right down towards the goalposts. Fielding takes the ball, coming through hard, but he's straight into a tackle there. Out go Mosman Cottesloe once again, trying to get that ball clear. It's Paul Butler out to Mark Hall. Mark Hall gets the ball loose again. It's to Stephen Fielding. Stephen Fielding on to Graham Crease. Crease is brought down after a good run and breaks through two or three players. Once again, Mosman Cottesloe from their own defensive area. Throwing that ball out well now. They've got a couple of men overlapping here. Here's an opportunity for them as Fielding goes through, throws the ball back inside, and throws it to the opposition. Mark Hall found the wrong man. There's D'Autornia going through. Out goes North Beach now in attack with the big fellow Bourne going through. Brought down by three Mosman Cottesloe players. Once again, it's this time we see Dick Costa. Costa goes through, makes good ground too. Brought down close to the sideline. North Beach now on the run. It's George Taylor throws the ball out. And Pop Standen is brought down. The Bryce Trophy winner. Out goes the ball this time to Eddie Campbell. Eddie Campbell gets back. Now it's through to Soboleski. 7 minutes to half time. And North Beach win the ball on this occasion. And there we see Bob Miller coming up. Gets the ball through to Eddie Miller, to Eddie Campbell. Oh, and a solid tackle there as Tim Duff is brought down by a couple of the Mosman Cottesloe defenders. Plays the ball back. Long pass going right out to Pop Standen. Standen breaks through, but he's caught. He had one man on his side there with him. Back goes the ball now, back in field again with North Beach now on the attack. Bob Miller comes through. Great run by Miller again. Breaks through 3 or 4 tackles before he's finally brought down, only 10 yards from the line. And here we see now off the ground. Once again on a bad pass there that puts North Beach under a lot of pressure. And so Cottesloe, Mosman Cottesloe come through and pick up the loose ball. John Fielding, the captain, picks up the ball, plays back. Now it's Mosman Cottesloe coming out from their own area in defence, trying to bring this ball through, but no opportunity. And offside play there on that occasion. A big kick that time by Trevor Maybank out to the line, finds the line. So Cottesloe, Mosman retain the possession of the ball, moving right up to the halfway mark. Some good play by North Beach in this latter part of this half. Now we see Mosman Cottesloe on the attack, but going backwards. Loose ball goes, and here's the opportunity, but it'll be a knock-on. And again goes the ball. This time it's North Beach winning it again. It's kicked back, right back to Dean Williams, but he's caught in possession. Williams plays the ball back, Soboleski, the dummy half, back now to Bob Miller, the danger man once again for North Beach, coming through beautifully, and he's been an outstanding player in this latter part. Out goes North Beach on the attack once again. Arboon goes down. North Beach now desperate to try to get that extra score before the end of this half. It's Soboleski, breaks a tackle, gets through, comes through, he's got support, but the ball goes loose. And Dick Costa, North's retained possession, get back again, getting it out to that 3-quarter line now. The short kick through, but it's a little bit too long, this one. Too long, and Fielding goes back and it'll go over the dead ball line. Only 3 minutes left in this half. With North Beach on the attack and certainly getting the better of this latter half of this particular first half of the game. They're winning the ball now from the scrum, and it looks like another one to North Beach. Goes out on the blind side where Miller again is the danger man, breaking tackle after tackle. Playing a great game, Bob Miller. Best player for the North Beach side at this stage. Back the ball goes infield again. Couple of the Mosman boys get down onto Daytona there. Now here's the opportunity for Pop Standen to go through. Once again, North Beach on the attack. Out to Eddie Campbell. Or George Taylor, rather. George Taylor. Once again going infield. And here's the opportunity. Rod with him. Rod with him. Back now. Here's an opportunity. And he's through and he's over. Tim Duff. Great play. It'll put them in front if Soboleski can put it through, and he's had a good kick. That's it. It's his 4th kick. That's his 4th goal. And right on half-time, and that means that North Beach have hit the front. 11-10. For the first 10 or 15 minutes of this game, it looked as if Mosman Cottesloe were going to run away with it. Mosman now in a lot of trouble as we draw close to the half-time mark. Into extra time. Here's North Beach coming right through from Bob Miller again, but there's the half-time whistle. It was Miller initiating the play, but the siren is blown. Rod with him picked up that ball, and that was good play by North Beach to end off this first half of the great grand final of 1980 with North Beach 11 points.
We're going to go for the year. We've got our models here. Why are you all panicking? All year you've had them on perfectly. You haven't made a mistake all year, and all of a sudden here you're 8 points in front, and you've got to start doing these stupid mistakes. Now just settle it down.
North Beach holding a 1-point lead just before the end of the first half. A great fight back by North Beach, and this now looks like being a real great struggle for this second half of this game. The weather conditions are ideal. It's overcast, not much rain, few showers earlier in the day.
Nice starting settle down.
boys' spectacle for rugby league. It's a great few times that both.
Into the second half. The ball is kicked off. Mosman Cottesloe kicking off. Goes down deep, where Pop Standen comes through strongly, but he's well tackled. Standen playing the ball back now, and it's Tim Duff who's going through here, but Tim Duff is well handled, but he managed to get the ball away, and 3 or 4 of the Mosman players come in. As Stephen Fielding. Now it looks like Soboleski is going to take the kick for the line here. Tony Soboleski. And it's well out, well over the line. Now we see the North Beach side in attack once again, and it's Dick Costa wearing the headband. Plays the ball back now. It's Pop Standen. Back out. Here's a breakthrough by Arbon. Arbon, the big front row forward for North Beach. Out goes the ball with Pop Standen again going through well, but loses the ball. Noel Williams had quite a lot to say to his players at half-time. North Beach win the ball again, this time from the scrum, and there's a good breakthrough by Rick Common. George Taylor, rather. George Taylor now, and the ball goes out this time to Tim Duff. Duff is brought down. North Beach on the attack. Back goes out, the ball out now this time, and there's a good little short kick through by Eddie Campbell. Won the first scrum. The second one is won by Mosman Cottesloe, but the ball goes out to the three-quarter line, and again we find the North Beach Eddie Campbell coming through and putting a stop to the North Beach attack. Once again North Beach trying to throw that ball out to their three-quarter line. They have looked dangerous when they get the ball out. Coming through from a ruck position now. Mosman Cottesloe in possession. Ball goes out. Here's Holwitz coming through this time. John Fielding kicks the ball, kicks deep right back down to Bob Miller. Bob Miller, who was an outstanding player in the first half, picks the ball up. He's got a long run, cuts inside one man. Now he's brought down, well tackled on that occasion. Well tackled that time, and Miller didn't get away. Now it's Eddie Campbell. Eddie Campbell trying to break through. Brought down just on the halfway line. North Beach in attack once again. Throws the ball loosely that time. Oh, and nearly an opportunity for Mosman Cottesloe to kick the ball through. That was Pop Standen coming through, rather John Fielding that came through. Now it's North Beach on attack, and here's the breakthrough. An opportunity. Throws the ball out now to Paul Butler, but it's a forward pass. Dick Costa. Rather Maybank kicking the ball there. Now we see the opportunity for Mosman Cottesloe now coming into attack, moving in. Ball goes back. Mosman throwing it out. Back through to the big front row forward there. North Beach putting the ball in. Won by Mosman once again. Here's the opportunity for them to come through. Oh, and they picked up. Intercept there, but brought down now, and Campbell comes through, and it's North Beach right on attack, but Mosman Cottesloe come back brilliantly in defence. And a great opportunity there by North Beach, but the loose play was quickly brought there. Stanton throwing the ball out now. This time it goes out to Mark Hall, I think it is, out on the Eddie Campbell, rather. Georgie Taylor going through. Williams coming through now, big run that time. Arbon, the big front row forward. Out comes the ball once again, this time right out here now to the opportunity for North Beach again with a man in support. It's Miller, Bob Miller picking it up. Again a forward pass, I think, there. Miller disappointed on that move because they were getting very, very close to the line and North Beach looked particularly good. Miller's most upset about that ruling. And there's the kick for the line by Trevor Maybank. Kevin Redfern takes the ball through from the tap kick. Redfern playing the ball. As Mosman Cottesloe now coming from the, trying to come through from their defensive position. Opportunity now for Redfern once again getting through, but he falls into the tackle. Fielding out now to Holwitz. Throws the ball across over to Maybank. Here's the big fellow, Sean Ridley. Caught in possession.
Stiff arm going around the head.
Was a stiff arm possibly going around there.
And he'll probably take a kick at goal with Sean Ridley. Oh no, Maybank's going to the touchline.
On the touchline, I don't think it will. No, it's picked up there by Soboleski. Soboleski puts the ball inside to Bob Miller. Miller, however, falls and he's tackled. At about 20 metres in the run. Now we see the big fellow from North Beach there, Costa, comes through, throws the ball, oh, and a barging run this time by Arboon, the big front row forward. Playing a good game, this boy. Ball goes back again in the forwards. That's Rod Witham, the hooker for North Beach. Plays the ball back again, out goes, bringing the ball back over to the inside play with Stanton to Duff. Duff fighting tenaciously there to get through. Duff plays the ball. Back we go again. Eddie Campbell out to Pop Stanton. Miller comes through, hangs onto the ball and goes down. North Beach moving well. Georgie Taylor caught in possession. Down they go. Cottesloe win it. And out goes Ridley. Ridley caught in possession there. Gets up, plays the ball. Out it goes to Holwitz. Out to Mark Hall. And then we see John Fielding caught in possession. Holwitz once again. Knock on. Kick. Knocked on, but the ball is allowed to go on. Goes into possession to Miller. Takes possession of it, and he's caught well and truly right back down near his own try line. Miller waiting for his players to get back into position as North Beach now are starting to defend here as Mosman Cottesloe now into attack. North Beach coming out this time. A good run by Standen. Standen plays the ball back. Rod Witham once again. Picking the ball up. The kick down there by Witham. Will find the line. I don't think it will. No, here's the opportunity. Oh, and Mosman Cottesloe caught in possession there. Good follow through by North Beach. Catch their man in possession before he could get away. 3 or 4 players gathering in to tackle now. Defence, tenacious defence now from both sides. Here's Mosman Cottesloe on the attack. The ball thrown out now. They're getting it out. Through to the back line. Here's Fielding. Out to Redfern. Redfern cuts through inside his players. Back again, once again, to Dean Williams. John Fielding. Oh, and John Fielding. And here's Mark Hall. Takes a little kick through. He's following right through, but Bob Miller saves the day once again. Ball played back right on the line as North Beach are in possession. Turner playing the ball, and there's the big fellow coming through for North Beach in Dick Costa. Back goes the ball to Standen. Out, here's the opportunity, a breakthrough for North Beach, but no, he's got a man on the outside of him too. But Rod with him, couldn't get the ball away. Once again, North Beach in attack, and here we see it's Tim Duff going through, but he's caught just near the halfway mark. And a little bit of a scuffle going on there. 12 minutes into the second half, and the score remains at 11-10, the same as at half-time, as Mosman Cottesloe go into attack. Fielding, there's getting the ball out. Oh, and he's dumped heavily. Rod Redfern now gets the ball, but he's caught in possession. He can't get it away, and Redfern will play the ball right over on the sideline, just inside the halfway mark. Ball once again going out. We see Fielding, rather. John Fielding. Back to Mark Hall. Back out to Holsworth. Holsworth tried to break his way through. He's caught in possession. The hand is bandaged there by Holsworth, but not affecting him, not worrying him to any great extent. Now here's Mosman Cottesloe in attack. Gets the ball free, and it's Sean Ridley. But North Beach pick up the loose ball, and North Beach have gained possession, but the scrum will go down. Down goes the scrum once again. North Beach have been getting a Mosman Cottesloe, but this time it's a North Beach ball. No, there will be an infringement. There has been an infringement. Sean Ridley attempting to kick this penalty, which will be a vital kick if he can put it through. And it's well outside the posts, however, and so we see North Beach coming out of their own line now to bring this play back into, we see Soboleski. Oh, and there's a good tackle that time as the two is brought down. Bob Miller coming right through from the fullback position once again, bringing the play right through. Miller plays the ball back. North Beach coming through. Arborn once again, the big front row forward. Out go North Beach this time. Here again we see the big fellow Arborn again. Costa back out to Standen. Back through and cutting through brilliantly there. As the reserve, Jason Coots coming through. Rick Common putting the ball in once again for Mosman Cottesloe. This time it's North Beach ball, and Taylor pounces on it. George Taylor back to Standen. Standen goes through, he's caught. Rod with him. Out once again now, and here's Coots going through once again. Jason Coots playing in the centre. Jason Coots, the ball now going out this time to Taylor. Got men in backing him up there, but he can't get the ball across and out. Taylor once again. Coming back out over the other side of the play. Standen goes through, breaks through the tackle, and it's Tim Duff. Tim Duff picking up the ball and breaks through 3 or 4 tackles and makes good ground. Once again, North Beach on the attack. Here we have Taylor once again. 6 tackle. Or rather, Ridley missed that last goal. Now Mosman Cottesloe in attack, but good tackle there by young Jason Coots. Coots is playing quite a good game since he's come on. The tackles again. Good defence by Jason Coots as Mosman Cottesloe now go into attack. And here's a good run through by Sean Ridley. The lock forward, barging his way through on that occasion and making good ground. John Fielding in possession. And loses possession. He's lost possession of the ball. But there will be a scrum, a knock-on apparently in the process. In goes the ball. It looks like a Mosman Cottesloe ball once again. Right in amongst the pack. Cottesloe come up with the ball. And there's the little fellow with the short. No, it tried to dummy, but caught himself and finished up falling into the tackle. Mosman Cottesloe once again coming through Redfern, but he's well brought down. Ball going out now to Holwitz. Holwitz trying to force his way through. Looks like it's coming quite dark and overcast here at the moment. Fielding with the ball going out to the far wing, and again we see North Beach gaining possession of the ball once again. Arthur Barrett. Sam Detunia. Once again, North Beach going through. Here's the opportunity, and a good run this time. A good run that time. And Witham breaks through. It's out to Arthur Barrow. And the far side wing plays the ball back. North Beach now right in this game once again. Bell back out to the three-quarter line. Detunia is out there. Oh, loose ball there, and he dropped it. And North Beach win the ball. Out goes this time to the North Beach back line, and there was Arthur Barrow waiting to pick up that loose ball, but Barrow now gets the ball, picks it up from the dummy half position, making his way through, throws it out wide. Here's Jason Coots, loses the ball, and Fielding takes the ball, gets it out to Redfern. Redfern cutting inside his man, but can't get away. Again, now he gets the ball inside to Mark Hall. Mark Hall is caught by 3 or 4 of the North Beach defence as they stream across the ground to cover up. Out this time to Holwitz. Once again out to Maybank. Right out across the field to Butler, is it? Coming right through. A good run this time by the little fella. But he's caught in right on the line and pulled out. Holwitz plays the ball back. Out they go to the three-quarter line of Mosman. Cottesloe coming through is Sean Ridley there. Ridley's caught. Back to Fielding. And a good cut through that time. Throws the ball out loose again to Ridley. Ridley's there, breaks a couple of tackles. Inside to Common. Common can't get through. And the North Beach defence is coming back once again in a desperate situation. And a free kick.
Stealing the ball after he called held.
Stealing the ball apparently after he'd called. This is a vital kick for Sean Ridley and for Mosman Cottesloe. And it's there all the way. And so Mosman Cottesloe hit the front once again. 12-11. And so North Beach kicking off. Kicking right down well deep. Oh, and a bad bouncing ball that time. I think that was Redfern who could not grab the ball, and it was knocked on, and that's given a great advantage now to North Beach right on this running about 10 metres out from the line. And the free kick goes to North Beach.
Fourth time in the match, Common's been penalised for feeding on.
Common has been penalised the 4th time, yes. Soboleski, concentration. And it's hit the post and has gone in. Oh, a lucky one that time for North Beach. A good kick indeed by Soboleski. Just flicked the inside of the post and went through. And so North Beach once again hit the front in this great grand final of 1980. The ball goes right back to Bob Miller. Miller comes through in that hard running style once again. And beats a couple of players. He's still going too. Miller still going strong. Gets the ball out this time. Here's North Beach in attack. Eddie Miller. Back now to Rod Witham. The scrum goes down right on the halfway mark. The scrum is wheeled round. And the ball is going to be lost right in the middle of it as the pack collapses. And the infringement is against the North Beach side. Cottesloe will get the kick. Mosman Cottesloe. Trevor Maybank to take the kick for the line. Kicks it long and deep, and a good kick too. Good kick, but Mosman Cottesloe pick up quite a bit of ground on this occasion. The tap kick. Mosman Cottesloe now in attack. Mosman Cottesloe in attack. The ball coming out now. flicks the ball past to Ridley, back to Ridley. Ridley loses possession. North Beach dive in and regain possession of the ball. North Beach missed the loose ball. Mosman, wasted chance indeed it was. Here's North Beach once again into the attack. Pop Standen breaking through half a dozen tackles before he's finally caught and brought down. Standen plays the ball back. North Beach going through from their rucks, and here's a great breakthrough by Bob Miller again. Bob Miller coming right up from the fullback position. Out to Taylor, out this time, out along. Here's Eddie Campbell breaking through, cuts back through, nicely through, and is finally caught in possession, plays the ball. Out it comes this time. Going through now, and here's the breakthrough by Sandetonia. Good run through that time with North Beach right in attack. Oh, and the knock on, but it's an advantage to Mosman Cottesloe picking up the loose ball. Bowen couldn't hang on to it on that occasion. Now it's Mosman Cottesloe coming through. Ridley barging his way through. Mosman Cottesloe with possession once again. John fielding. Mosman Cottesloe getting the ball out. The North Beach defence is coming right up into them, however, and there's no chance of the breakthrough. Mosman Cottesloe standing a little flat-footed, but they throw the wide pass right out this time. And here's the good breakthrough by Paul Graham. Paul Graham breaking through, and he's still going strong. Beating man after man. Throws the ball through, over to... and he's in. It's scored. It's a great try, and I think it's Rick Common.
After a tremendous run by Paul Graham.
Paul Graham was a wonderful run from Paul Graham. He cut through player after player. The North Beach defence stood right off him, let him get through, and then he finally threw a long pass out, and it was Rick Common who picked it up, and over the line he went. Well, that could be a deciding factor in this game. Sean Ridley with this vital kick because North Mosman Cottesloe are 15-13, and this will make a valuable difference if he can put this one through. Coming through from that sideways type kick, Sean Ridley, and it's looking good. No, it's outside the post. But no. Kicking right down deep, an awkward one that's going to go right through. Right back to Mosman Cottesloe again. And it's Kevin Redfern who comes through with the ball. Plays it back out to Fielding. Fielding's well caught. Out again this time to Holwitz. Holwitz coming through. Oh, coming through very, very strongly indeed. Gets a tackle through, gets a ball through quickly, and over to Fielding, but it was a knock-on. Rick Common to put the ball in for Mosman Cottesloe. It's a North Beach ball, however, but there has been an infringement. Oh, and
Handing out. Penalty for handing out in the scrum.
Handling out of the scrum. Well, this is going to be a vital kick because if Soboleski gets this one through, it'll tie the game up at 15-all. Here's the kick, but it's, yes, it's there. And only 6 or 7 minutes left in the game. Dean Williams is off the field for North Beach. Here's North Beach now into attack, and this is going to be a torrid situation here. Pop Standen comes through. There's the bigger Boone once again barging his way through, right through to the halfway line. Plays the ball back to Georgie Taylor. There comes coming through is Tim Duff. Playing the ball. Coming through hard is Costa. North Beach desperate now, and it's going to be a torrid, rugged 5 minutes of play here with the scores all tied up. George Taylor again playing the ball. Back it goes now, and we see Pop Standen. Pop tries to make the breakthrough, but he's caught. And the scrum will go down. Scrum down here again. It looks like a Mosman ball, or is the ball lost? And Lou Giganti, the referee, sees an infringement going on there. This vital kick now by Tony Soboleski for North Beach with the score at 15 all. He hasn't missed one all day. What will happen to this one? No, he's missed this one. He's missed it well and truly. And so with 5 minutes to go, the score is 15 all. Mosman in possession now, trying to get this breakthrough, because what's going to happen? Anything can happen here in this next 5 minutes of play. Mosman fighting desperately now to bring the ball out from their own defensive area. Ball going back, flick pass, reverse to Sean Ridley there. Going in amongst their forwards now as Mark Hall comes breaking through. Out from Common that time, over to Paul Graham, who was knocked out a little earlier there and was pretty groggy, but he's right back into it again. This time the ball to Holwitz, picks it up beautifully one-handed, right out through the Mosman Cottesloe three-quarter line. Standen now, here's Stephen Fielding. Plays the ball forward, goes through by himself. Fielding once again, and he's caught in possession. 4 minutes left in this play now as Mosman Cottesloe win the ball. Out it goes to Graham, but he's caught in possession. Now we see Fielding trying to break through. Can't get away with it. Mosman Cottesloe once again breaking through. It's Fielding again, Stephen. Oh, and now it's out to Paul Graham, going right out over the other side of the other wing. Mosman Cottesloe bringing the ball back into attack once again. Big Sean Ridley trying to break his way through. Can't get the pass out. Holwitz takes the ball, passes it out to Trevor Maybank. Maybank trying to barge his way through with only minutes left in this game. Maybank plays the ball back.
No, he's missed it.
No, he's missed it. So there'll be the tap from the 22-metre mark. Quick thinking by the boys on that occasion. North Beach in possession now. Nick Costa coming through. Costa going through 2 or 3 tackles. North Beach, the ball coming back. Here's Bob Miller coming through from the fullback position once again. North Beach now, and here's a breakthrough by the North Beach players, but caught in possession inside the Mosman Cottesloe territory. The ball going out to the North Beach backs. Pop Standen going through, throws back a loose pass, but Bob Miller picks it up nicely. And here's another attempt at the ball is kicked high right over, up and under, and it's Mosman Cottesloe in possession of it. Mosman throw the ball out to their far side wing, out where Arthur Barrett, Paul Graham has the ball, but he's caught in possession, right over on the far side of the ground. Any moments to go now in this grand final as Arthur Barrett it is, I think, that's coming through. Or Kavanagh rather, Rick Kavanagh coming through. Once again, North Beach, Mosman Cottesloe, Fielding has the ball. Oh, beautiful inside pass that time. And here we see John Fielding is caught in possession. given the rough treatment there. As once again, here's Mosman Cottesloe now, desperate here. And there's the siren. The siren, and it's 15 all. It's Mark Hall. Mark Hall with the ball, and there's the siren. And so there will be a 10-minute each way changeover in this grand final, extra time played with the score at 15 all. It's getting dark, and it's 10 minutes each way, extra time being played in this grand final with the score at 15 all. Mosman Cottesloe bringing the ball out from the tap, and big Trevor Maybank barges his way through. 15 all in the grand final of 1980. Mosman Cottesloe now getting the ball back out. There it goes to cut back in is Sean Ridley. Sean Ridley breaks through, but coming from behind, a great tackle there. A great tackle there by Tony Soboleski, I think it was. Now once again we see Mosman Cottesloe, Paul Graham coming through. Out to Mark Hall, coming in Redfern. Redfern tried to cut back into play, but he couldn't guess. He was caught in possession. Out goes the ball once again to Common. Going out along the three-quarter line, right out to Sean Ridley, caught in possession. Gets the ball out this time to John Fielding. Right out on the wing to Rick Kavanagh, but he can't hold it. Knocks it back, however, and he's caught in possession. Playing the ball once again, Cottesloe starting to break through. Here's the opportunity once again. Fighting desperately now, Mosman Cottesloe to get this ball across. A long pass over to Ridley. Ridley is caught in possession, well and truly. Down goes the scrum. North Beach put the ball in. North Beach win the ball. Out it goes, this time to Bob Miller, who comes right across, breaks through, gets the ball out nicely, right out onto the wing here. Arthur Baru coming through, but loses possession, and it's Mosman Cottesloe pick it up with Sean Ridley it is. Charging his way through, but he's caught. Goes out to Arthur Baru once again. He's making a charge through, and he's brought down. North Mosman Cottesloe in possession. Out goes the ball to Fielding. Right out along the far side of the ground, out to Rick Kavanagh. Now it's breaking his through, almost getting through. I think it was Rod Fielding. North in Mosman Cottesloe in possession once again, and charging through to try to get in, but the North defence is quite good. Out goes Mosman Cottesloe. They're throwing everything into this game now for these last final minutes. Out we go here. Here's Redfern. Redfern's breaking through, and he's through and he's in. Redfern has scored. Kevin Redfern for Mosman Cottesloe over the line, and so 18 to 15, Mosman Cottesloe have taken the lead. Ridley, a picture of concentration as he moves in for this kick, and it's outside the posts, and so Mosman Cottesloe, with about 4 minutes of this extra time on being played, it looks like Mosman Cottesloe at the moment holding that 3-point lead in the grand final. A deep kick right down. It's hard to see the ball. It is hard. They'll have to turn the Cannington Central lights on here before long. Coming right through from the back line there. Mosman Cottesloe bringing the ball forward now. Once again, Mosman in attack. John Fielding in possession. Ball going back again. Here we see Holsworth's coming through. Barging his way through. Here we come with Trevor Maybank barging his way through now and picking up about 10 metres from the halfway line. Back again this time to Common. Fielding gets the ball away again, but he's got no opportunity of breaking clear there, and the scrum will go down. Mosman Cottesloe put the ball in. Mark Murphy has gone on for North Beach and Dick Costa has come off. And here's a breakthrough by North Beach, but no, he's well and truly tackled as the Mosman Cottesloe defence comes across. Good cover defence. Jason Coots picks up the ball, throws it out to the big new Kaya, Mark Murphy. Mark Murphy, whose first feel of the ball, goes down. North Beach now in attack, throwing the ball out desperately. A long pass out this time. Eddie Campbell is caught, couldn't get the ball away. Once again, North Beach in attack with the big fellow going through there, Tim Duff. Witham's down now. Plays the ball back once again. North Beach now in defence, in attack. And here we see Arbourne trying to get his way through. Played a good game all day. The big fellow. Out goes from the far side with him, trying to get the ball, but loses possession, but I think he's regained it. Common puts it in, and it's a North Beach ball coming out to Bob Miller. Bob Miller trying to cut his way through, but he's caught him, but no, he's fighting his way through. Picks up a few metres there. Playing the ball back now. North Beach throw it across to the far side of the ground where Standen takes the ball, and he's caught in possession. No, he gets away, breaks clear, loses the ball. And Mosman Cottesloe have gained possession. Bad mistake there. Mosman fighting their way out of the... Rick Kavanagh, the far side wingman, throws the ball across now. Here comes Mosman Cottesloe into attack. Fielding, throwing out to another reserve new player on the ground there. Just came in just a while ago. John Fielding throws the ball out. Out to Common. Throwing through to Ridley. Ridley tries to barge his way through and knocks one of the North Beach players flat to the ground in the process. Ridley plays the ball back. Out it comes once again. A far to John Fielding. Here's a good cut through by Mark Hall. Breaking his way through. Gets a pass through into Paul Graham. Here's Common now coming through with the ball, but tries to get under. But good defence once again by North Beach. Fighting on well. Trevor Maybank now cuts through. Back through again. Goes through 3 or 4 tackles, and the scrum will go down. North Beach put the ball in, but it's a Cottesloe ball this time. Cottesloe win it out. It goes to Fielding, to Sean Ridley, I think it was. Playing the ball back here, coming through fast this time is the Mosman back line. Mosman again, Sean Ridley. Waits his opportunity. So John Fielding gone through, and a beautiful dummy pass on, a bad pass. He's thrown it to the North player. North are coming out of the defence line, and Tunia now picks the loose ball up, and there's the end of the first half of this time on extra 10 minutes. So there's the opportunity now. Mosman Cottesloe are holding that 3-point lead with now 10 minutes left. Mosman Cottesloe kick it right down deep to Bob Miller. Takes it very surely. Charges right up through and is caught in possession and will play the ball. North Beach in possession now. Making a desperate bid there is Pop Standen going through. Out to Mark Murphy. Mark Murphy barges his way through a couple of tackles before he's brought to the ground. Plays the ball back and it's found the line. Referee Giganti in again. Commons puts the ball in. Is it Mosman's ball? I think it is. No, it's North Beach have come up with it. North Beach have gained possession. And they get a penalty as well. And find the line, which he undoubtedly will. Good long kick. Soboleski taking the kick now. Throws the ball out as North Beach going into attack now this time. And again we see it's Arbourne, the big front row forward. Out go the North Beach back line once again. There's Paul Coots. Jason Coots. Campbell has the ball. Taylor throws the ball in. Oh, there was an opportunity there, and here's a loose ball, and Mosman Cottesloe. Ridley's picked it up. Mark Hall playing the ball. Ridley takes the ball out, going out to John Fielding, out to Holsworth's coming through, has to hold onto the ball, and he's will play the ball inside Mosman Cottesloe territory. Fielding gets the ball, throws a long one out. Here's an opportunity for Redfern, but he's hurled into touch. Rick Common putting the ball in. It's a North Beach ball. They get the ball out well. And here's Miller coming through quickly. And Jason Coots. But he's caught in possession. Raining a little bit now. This is starting to come down a little bit heavier. Here's Pop Standen desperately trying to break his way through the Mosman defence. 7 minutes to go. North Beach in defence now. They're in attack at this stage. One of the North Beach players lying flat on the ground at the moment. There's Rod Witham taking the ball through. It's right out on the far side wing. An opportunity, and he's through. It's Arthur Baru, and Arthur Baru is in and levels it all once again. It's all tied up once again, this grand final. final, 18 points apiece and about 6 minutes left to play. Arthur Baru lying on the ground is the North Beach halfback George Taylor. Took a hard knock. Soboleski, picture of concentration as he moves in for the big kick. And it's outside. And so the score remains 18 all. Mosman, Cottesloe and North Beach in the grand final of grand finals. What will happen if it's tied up at the end of this? Apparently there'll be an extra 5 minutes each way. Cottesloe now kicking off very quickly, not wasting any time as, beautiful, came through at 100 miles an hour that time. Picked the ball up beautifully as Jason Coots now is brought down desperately by the Mosman defence. Out goes the ball this time. Out along the North Beach back line. There's Miller coming through. Miller breaks through tackles, looking for a man. There he's got his backup. Here it comes now. Out to Gary Hookham in standing with the ball, but he can't. He had Hookham in to support, but he couldn't get it away. North Beach now coming in as the Mark Murphy barges his way through. The new player on the ground. Murphy plays the ball back. North Beach looking for someone. Everybody's standing nowhere. And there's George Taylor, who was on the ground just a while ago, and he decides to go through himself. Couldn't find anybody. Standen throws the ball out. Here's a goal. No. A free kick. A free kick. Standing inside the 5 metres. That was a shocking mistake by Mosman Cottesloe. 2.5 minutes of play left in this extra time in the grand final as Soboleski slowly moves back. In he goes. And it is outside the post.
He missed it.
Oh, Soboleski.
What a letter. He missed it.
Right in front, and he's kicked so well all day, but that was one that just did not get anywhere. So there'll be the kick out from the 22-metre mark in the Cottesloe, the Mosman Cottesloe kick deep as Arthur Baru comes through with his head down. North Beach now have got to do it all over again. Had the opportunity. Rain is starting to fall a little bit more once again as North Beach desperately try to barge their way through. Oh, and he's hurt. Well, the play goes on now. Tim Duff was pretty knocked by that last effort. Here's Bob Miller coming through once again in attack. Through from the back line. Pop Standen picks up the ball. He tries to barge his way through, gets the ball across, but it's Commons, I think it is, that hangs on and retains possession. Out to Commons. Here's Jason Coots barging his way through. Picked up the loose ball, picked up this time by Miller. Only metres from the line. Players lying all over the place. There's a Bowen just getting up very groggily. Miller felt a little bit of the worse for wear after that hard tackle. Without a doubt, the outstanding player. Well, here's a vital scrum here. Only 6 or 8 metres from the line. North Beach in attack. North Beach ball it is. And out to Miller. Tried to get through. Where's the big forwards? Here's Witham. Witham is caught in possession. Couldn't get a fine way to get out of it. Commons there coming through, and here's Duff coming through. He was injured a moment ago, and he barges his way through. Only a metre or two from the line. Witham picks up the ball, throws it out to Common, waiting for someone. Nobody there. Throws out a wide pass to Hookham. Hookham trying to barge his way through. Will he? He's only a matter of a metre from the line. Hookham plays the ball back, and here's Witham going through. Fifth and last tackle as Witham gets up to play the ball. Out it goes, and here's an opportunity for an up and under, but it'll be Mosman. Cottesloe save the ball, and coming out with it is Fielding. Fielding caught that ball behind the try line.
I believe it's Wayne Ealer. It has to be Wayne Ealer, but I'm not sure. Long and kick seat, a good kick, picked up by Roxy. Well taken by Dick White. And I think all stops will be off for the first fight. I think it's John Fielding and Dave Arbor. He's shouldering them. Now that's no way to stop a man like John Fielding, but he'll bounce off in the same line. Takes up on his feet. Dick White. Stop. Black line is much deeper. Mosman after Peru racing to the ball. Did the ball going to beat them? No, it didn't. Peru has got the ball. Not Peru, the other fellow, Hookham. It just changed over. Hookham has the ball. He's supported by Bob Miller. Bob Miller plays the ball back. Eddie Campbell. Dave Arbor. He's lost the ball. And again, Mosman lucky enough to be quickly in front of the loose ball. Charlie Ives. Eddie Campbell will have to be careful with that type of playing the ball. He was nearly around the back of the man as he played it. 7 minutes. He dummies. He's held by 3 North players. Referee calls it before there's any injuries in there. Stephen Fielding to Coleman. Coleman sent it out to the 14 minutes of Wayne Ealer. Wayne Ealer is according to Mark Wilson. John Fielding with Coleman. Oh, a nice pass to Priest. Priest stands up in the tackle. He's held. And this is the 5th and last tackle. Stephen Fielding to take it. There could be the bomb on here. John Fielding stops. And he attempts a field goal. And the ball is taken in the in-goal area by Bob Miller. Bob Miller playing it safe. He just brought it out from the in-goal area. Dick White to take the action out of position. And there's the penalty, and the penalty is because Dane Priest would not get away from that tackle. He was duty to release the man and get away from him once the game's been called.
The Brady lights in the house.
Bob Miller to take the touch finder. And touch ball. A touch ball. Drop down now. 10 meters inside. 5 meters inside. It's quite a good kick, and if not capitalize on this scrum, well then the kick would have been a final. They have, and also won the ball, Georgie Ted. Taylor tries this one man, he almost breaks through. He's held tight. Campbell, team back. Doc runs very hard. Doc plays the ball back to Wilson. Come on, Albert! He stole the ball.
Back!
After now possession.
Pop!
Mark Hall Ball plays it back to Stephen Fielding. John Fielding was coming. He's back inside with the least defenders. That's the idea. Don't
Go ahead, back! Pop!
Coleman decided to play the ball side with Trevor Maybank. And Dick White soon drops him.
Dick!
Charlie Adams. Good running. This, to me, is one of the obvious parts of the game that most people exciting is much different. John Fielding sets up the ball to pick up
Okay, you take that covering off the TV.
That was the sixth tackle. And North have won again. Walsh beginning to win this ball. Taylor Gummy. Taylor dances through. All the way with George Taylor. A magnificent throw. He sidesteps beautiful. And Taylor a spot under the goal, and this will surely give Hookham the opportunity to level the scores and level the scores. And very short space at the end of the second half. And now with the score, 5 minutes into the second half, standing before this kick at 8 points, 10. Hookham takes it. And it's right between the middle and has tied up the ball game, 10 points all. 10 points all and only 35 minutes left to decide who's going to be the 1980 Grand Final winner. Well, it was an easy kick, but not this because he wanted this before today. Well, now it's anybody's game from now, here on in. Sean Ridley comes up to take the kick. It'll be a big kick way downfield. Fielded by Bob Miller. Oh, Bob Miller nicely stepped inside that tackle of Charlie Ives and hurt himself doing it. Not Bob Miller, Charlie Ives hurt himself. He's injured his hand there. That's Dick Costa. Dick Costa to play the ball. Back to Hooker. And a great run through by Tim Duff. Tim Duff is magnificent. That's the way to play football. Coming through on his first, unloading the ball for money support. They've got the tails up now, and they're working hard. There's Sandy Tounier brought down. Dave Arbor. He's playing a hard game. Black's ball distribution. Eddie Campbell. And there's Pop Stanton. He was well tied up there. They were watching him.
Come on, Bates!
Sixth and last tackle. Now Norths have won about the last three scrums. Can they maintain this superiority? They're backing up tight before they go in. Rhythm stood up there. You've missed an opportunity here. North have won the ball, but there's been a penalty given. A penalty given to Witham for standing up in the scrum, delaying the formation of the scrum and having his feet across. One of the rules that we don't see often. Delaying the formation of the scrum. And of course, when he couldn't have his head down, he didn't have his feet there, and of course, he got too far on his feet while he got the ball. Here, Coleman. Wall now. Ives is coming through at speed. That's the way to run onto it. Charlie Ives, it was a good tackle that brought him down. Time the situation has been reversed. Well, we saw this one there. That was fair enough. That was fair enough. It could be. The referee has pinched this man to be offside. It was a knock-on committed by both players prior to the offside man picking the ball up. The referee's in charge of the game.
You're off, Barry, ain't you?
And Sean Ridley now with a 40-metre kick into the wind. This will have to be a very good kick. North using good sense by putting the Warl players up in front of him. He's not only got to make the distance, he has to get it over the head of the defensive wall. And Charlie Ives, who did injure his arm in that tackle, has been replaced. And I believe his replacement is Ross Data. You'll have to forgive me if I've got these names wrong, but I have a habit of sending players onto the field in different shirts. If you don't know them personally, well, as you saw, the kick dropped between Warl earlier. It was fielded by Bob Miller, who was a magnificent run, brought no 35 metres down. Bob Miller last week, for my money, along with Mark Hall, were the two best players on the field, and again he's showing his class today. North's in the camp. There's Dave Arthur. It's the halfway line you can see in the picture. Rodney then puts the kick in. It ricochets off a North Mosman player, and North pick up the loose. Taylor. Good hands by North. It's looking good. Dick White.
Get on your Warl! Stick, David!
That's Sam Bitonier. Put the action half-back position. Eddie Campbell to Taylor. Georgie Taylor, the man who scored the last try. We now putting Mosman under pressure. Norths are beginning to click. They've got the tails up now that they've evened the score. Bob Miller slips into the back line once again. He shouts at 1, 2, 3 men and turns inside beautifully. Well, that player's got pass written all over him. Sam Bitonier passes the ball to a man that's offside and he's back to one. The tackle count is cancelled. But the loose ball on the ground, it's just disputed possession. The referee has no alternative than to put the scrum down. Well, the last scrum we had, North picked up a penalty. Let's see if the North hooker has learned his lesson. Well, both lots of forwards are standing up in the pack. North have won possession. Taylor goes round the blind side. Arthur Brew to take the acting half-back position. He moves inside to Witham. Witham turns it to Martin Bamford. We haven't seen a lot of Martin in this game, except in defence. Taylor to Campbell. Campbell to Pop Stanton. He's pretty well marked, this Pop.
Come on, Hawks, get deep, Hawks, get deep! Go, Bob!
Well, North's are very narrow. North's under a lot of... Mosman under a lot of pressure here. North have possession. One tackle left to go. Rodwithen takes the ball. He passes it to Taylor. Taylor switches it around to Dick Costa. Dick Costa is brought down, and that's the sixth and last tackle. 3 metres out from the line, the tackle took place, and so we come back to the 5-metre scrum.
Come on, Bobby!
Now, if North had to take the lead in this match, they won't get a better opportunity to win this scrum at this moment. 12 minutes gone of the second half.
Make him retire,
Coleman to put the ball in. In and out the same tunnel. North are doing a fine job in the scrum. And now, 5 tackles left to go. Campbell in possession. Campbell throws the ball out to Miller. Pop Stanton takes the acting half-back. Will he have a run? Oh, he slipped it to Dick Costa. Dick Costa turned inside, back to Stanton. Stanton an overarm pass, and the ball has been spilled and picked up by John Fielding. Well, quickly now, North have to come out of it. Mosman now have possession of the ball. Trevor Maybank at acting half-back. Oh, they're just playing it safe. Forward rushes. What will John Fielding do? Coleman to Ridley. Well, they're not making much ground. The North defence is good. Coleman to Graham Peace. He props. Makes the tackle for Dimdrock quite easily. There was no sting in his attack. Not hitting the back line. Dick Costa takes the acting half-back position. Fielding out to 48 Willis. And the ball's been still. Northwood picks up the loose ball. Well, this game has been dominated by the amount of ball that's been dropped by both sides. 5 tackles left to North Beach. With it, to Costa. Costa to Tunio. Taylor, Campbell, the ball's flying right across. Pop Stanton, and there's Sam Tunio again. He came through at speed. That boy rounded the back line very well. Hookham has it, Hookham. Has Hookham the legs? Yes, yes, yes. He's thrown out the pass, it's loose. And unfortunately, we have to term that one as an accidental forward pass. An accidental forward pass, there was no penalty in that one.
Come on, advance! Ball!
Now there's a little bit of nonsense going around in the scrum here. They don't pull their heads in, there'll be penalties going. Mosman win this one. Ball game's tied up. Couldn't possibly have another draw today. Trevor May bound himself by George Taylor. George Taylor he'll play the ball back to John Fielding. John Fielding. He was lucky to get away with that knock on the head, and out it goes to Cabinet. And as you saw on the film where Cabinet finished that. Well, Norths are beginning to put the scrum down much tighter. They are winning the majority of possession in the second half. And there goes the penalty, a scrum penalty. We'll try and pick up the referee's signal. Why was it given? Home feed feeding. Yes, he has penalised Rick Coleman for feeding the home feed. Bob Miller only gains about 12 metres of ground with that kick, but now North have 6 tackles to go. It's the 10-yard mark in the film. Roger Taylor. Taylor's hands are tied up quickly by John Fielding. Rod with him, he jumped out of the tackle. There are too many gold shirts there for him to go much further. They're fighting for him. To Taylor. Now the back line's moving. Campbell to Dick White. Dick was looking for somebody to offload it down, but there was nobody coming up in support. Rod Witham takes the ball back in halfback. He moves it to Taylor. Taylor sends a nice pass out to Stanton. Stanton spills the ball. He's dropped it behind him. But the referee has ruled it as a knock-on.
Bobby!
Ball went straight through the tunnel. First time it came out this side, second time straight through.
Come on, Dave!
North have won this, Taylor. Eddie Campbell takes the acting half back. Bob Miller is coming up into the attack again.
Yes! Renegade, stop! Keep going!
That's Miller. Miller plays the ball. And his attempted field goal. And it's a successful field goal. Well, that was one right out of the blue. That was right out of the blue, a field goal from the most unexpected source. I'm not even sure who kicked it. Who kicked the field goal? Well, would you believe it was Pop Stanton, the second rower, that put that field goal in? Well, that takes the score. 18 minutes into the second half, and Norths are leading by 1 point. Dick White has possession. He hits the back line hard. He doesn't mess about. If you're going to tackle Dick White, you've got to make a good job of it. Dick Costa gets to his feet to play the ball. Dave Arbone, he won't pass, but he'll certainly make the defence work. Dick White's in it again. There's to George Taylor. George Taylor supported by Bob Miller. He's a deceptive runner, right on the halfway line. Bob Miller plays the ball back to Witham to Taylor. Taylor doing a great job in distribution. And the North substitute has come on, Jason Coots. Coots plays the ball back. Inside to Witham. And now we have a scrum. Just a few metres inside the northern half of the field. So they're calling the opportunity to put the ball in. Let's hope he puts it in the middle and doesn't give the penalty away. Almost 20 minutes gone of the second half. North Beach winning by 1 point. And there's a penalty being picked up there. And back chatting the referee. They've lost another 10 metres of ground. Lack of discipline here, North. Lack of discipline. Maybank makes no mistake with the touch find against 30 metres of ground at least. That's 10 metres now inside the North half and Mosman in attack. Mosman play the ball. That's the sixth and last tackle. They called 4 prison on the touchdown in 6 and last tackle. North Beach to put the ball in. Georgie Taylor is very, very conscious of not putting it in his home feet. He won't give away a penalty in this point after a few days.
You're walking the break.
Mosman's winning this ball. It's well healed by Mosman, but George Taylor's down very, very quickly to tackle the outside. That's Fielding. That's Fielding. 5'8", had a run there. John Fielding. John Fielding passes very quickly to Baker. Baker fights his way through. He's well held by Jason Coots, the North substitute. John Fielding again, distributor. That's to Mark Hall. Mark Hall passes to Grange Priest. 3 North players surrounding. Back to Mark Hall. Mark Hall is passing the ball out. Combing out to number 14, and the ball is misfielded by Fielding. And using up the tackles now. We're very soon into the 6th and last tackle. Well, Gary Hookham has the legs to take that winner. He's very quick. Doesn't come into the game very, very often, but he has a turn of speed. It's a credit to him. Taylor to feed the ball. Play taking part now on the 22-metre line. Mosman has won the ball. Coleman has it. And right through the scrum. Good run right through the scrum. It opened up for him. This is where Mosman has the magic in the back line. John Fielding running around. Mosman, that's Mark Hall. Mark Hall to Baker. Baker's well tackled. Mosman are going to have to bring their backs more into this play if they're going to win, because North will hang on and be fine. Try they can. Maybank. Maybank tries to run. Runs into Arbone, he brings him down firmly. Arbone, Nick Bamford. Martin Bamford, Martin Coleman. Coleman out to Mark Hall. He's a dangerous player. Oh, a beautiful floating pass to Grange Priest. He jumps up one tackle. Turns it inside. Coleman floats the ball over to the corner. Mark Hall beats 1, beats 2. He turns inside majestically and passes. The number 14 picks it up. He's broke away. North are all over the place, and the loose ball has been thrown and knocked on both ways. Oh, the North defence did not know which way to turn then. That was a very exciting passage of play for the North supporters. They just did not know what to do to the North defence. The ball was too wide for them. North want to win this one to take the pressure off their line. Taylor feeds it in. It's won by North. Taylor has it. Coleman very quickly round the outside. Very quickly round Dick White. Dick White gone against 2 or 3 meters. Marked by Baker. Ball is picked up by Tim Duff. Tim Duff loses his feet. Got his wrong sub run today. Duff plays the ball. Bob Miller out on the full, and the ball goes back. Well, North Beach have brought another substitute on. I'll try and find out who he is. Who's the other sub for North? Mark Murphy. Could it be it?
Yeah.
Well, the substitute for North Beach is Mark Murphy. They've now used up their 2 substitutes, Jason Coots for Eddie Campbell and Mark Murphy. Come on, I don't know who he's replaced. We'll try and pick this information up for you as the game progresses. My watch, which is not 100% accurate, I am not the timekeeper, shows that we've gone 27 minutes into this second half. North Beach hanging on grimly to a 1-point lead, but Mosman are throwing everything into attack. But I don't think they're going to do much down that blind side. The defence is too strong over there. They want to move the ball out amongst the back. The back line out here have an awful lot of room to move in, and there's only 2 defenders looking after this side of the field. And a still ball. North Beach have picked up the loose one. And the ball has been stilled again and picked up very quickly by John Fielding. John Fielding throws a very smart pass up the ball. He didn't hold that ball half a second, but the winger coming through took it nicely, but was battled into touch in no uncertain manner by Georgie Taylor. Well, there's another. Tim Duff is down with an injured leg. That was rather funny. The North Beach trainer wasn't going to spend any time with the sponge with that fellow. He said, "You get in the sponge, lad. Look a few injuries after the game's over." After the Blue comes down the back, takes the ball. Legs are tied up very well with tight tackle. To George Taylor. George Taylor now takes the ball. Bob Miller. Bob Miller steps inside, but he's brought down by Bob Baker. Within the hooker taking the action out position. He's trying well by himself. But this is a team game. You've got to play as a team, not by yourself. There's Martin Dunphy. They're gradually creeping away from the line, but they're also using up the tackle. And there's a kick by Witham. And it's been fielded by Mosman Winger, who's running the ball into the field. And George Taylor makes a double hook tackle on the number 5, which of course is Kevin Redfern. Playing in their own half of the field. And 1 point beside this match after so long. 1 full game. Now, approximately the 31st minute of the second half. Graham Crease, he looks tired. And the floating pass over the top is beautifully intercepted by Sandy Joliet. Well, that was a fingertip pass. Hooker. Mark Murphy just come on. He's a fresh player. He should be able to give 100% for the remainder of this game. There's Bob Baker. He's coming up. Bob Baker. Oh, he did great. He's got the pass over. Leaving one player, that's right. Rodwithen takes the half-back position. Rodwithen to Taylor. Taylor offloads it to Jason Cooch, who sidesteps beautiful, turns inside, throws a long pass out to Arthur Carew. He's picked up the bouncing ball, and he's got it in the corner. Place the ball. When you're behind it, when you're in front, you've got to play the ball then. And it looks a good kick. It's accurate enough, but it drops underneath the bar. They're going to have to play with the backs. Ridley kicks the ball quite shallow. It's fielded very well by Costa. Costa turns round. Beats 1, 2, 3. And then, well, Stephen Fielding takes a touch. Bob Miller goes for the touchfinder. It's the penalty kick. He makes sure, doesn't get a lot of ground, but he certainly makes sure. 10 metres now. They're half midway between the 22-metre line and the 10-yard line. They also have the ball for 6 tackles. Tigers are feeling a bit ferocious. They're not going to let anybody get through there. And there you saw that. The man that just got injured took the penalty and went through. I think that was a tactical error. He hurt his leg and should have stayed out the game for a moment. Right, Durham Crease.
There's hole in there!
Fielding.
Take it out!
Coleman. He turns it inside to a long. John Fielding, a little kick over. Well, you saw a perfect example then. Hookham did attempt to stay inside, but he went over. There was no penalty there, even though the North supporters were screaming for it. There was no penalty. The man was not dragged into touch. He rolled over into touch almost himself. A defensive action. In and out the same tunnel. In and out the same tunnel. Good scrum, well formed, it's good in. It's a fine heel to North Beach. Taylor jumps down, but Coleman's got inside it round the ankles. Tim Duff. Costa. He's coming towards the top line. This is tactics. This is the injured player coming into the game again. Taylor to Miller. He's the danger man. Miller plays the ball. Mark Murphy. Mark Murphy, he's still fresh.
Get back there, Paul!
Good run. With him the hooker. Sends the ball in beautiful to Jason Cooch. Jason Cooch has got all the speed in the world over that distance. And it was that magnificent try was due, of course, to the ability of the forward that took the pass in the first place to turn inside. North, 7 points in the lead. Bob Miller to take the kick. Bob Miller takes the kick. There's not a great deal of pressure on this boy because Mosman have got to score twice to get back in the ball game, and the time's against them.
What do you mean?
38 minutes, only approximately. And he's landed a touch finder. Well, that almost certainly has made North Beach the grand final champions for 1980. Well, who would have believed that the Tigers could be 9 points behind? They have only 2 minutes left in the game, 2 minutes unofficial time. They kick off quickly, they know the time's against them. Dig White has the ball, he's going to stick to it. I can imagine now that they'll be sticking the ball up the jerseys, they'll be taking no chances. There's Mark Murphy running through. Mark Murphy plays the ball. Dick Costa, he's going to have a run by himself. They're not risking it, they're sticking it right up the jerseys, this ball. Witham will take the ball. He's sticking to it. The seconds are ticking away now. The seconds are ticking away. 1.5 minutes of unofficial time. Tim Duff, fifth and last tackle. What they're going to do with the fifth one? Witham stick to it. He stuck to it. Now they're going to the scrum. And I feel sure that if North Beach win this scrum, they will stick to the ball again for another 6 tackles.
That's your fight.
Well, Mark Murphy and Jason Coates, the substitutes, turn on a blind at the put North in front. There's John Fielding, the Mosman coach, who will not be feeling too happy now to see his team behind him. He has worked behind him, slipped through his fingers. Wayne Ehlers goes down. Mosman on the tack, 4 tackles left to go. Sean Ridley to take the Hackton half-back position. Bruce Holsworth runs onto him. He's a tired man, he's put a great deal of effort into his game. North will spill the ball behind them. And rather an untidy but an effective tackle. I think Mosman realised the game slipped away from them. They're not linking up and blending as a team. About 60 seconds left before North to the grand final premiers. And a knock-on by Mosman. This could possibly be the last scrum of the match. Well, we haven't got a crowd quite as big as we did last weekend when we played the grand final for the first time. It's certainly an exciting. And there goes the final whistle. The final whistle. North Beach have won this match without a doubt. Won it well. 19 points to 10. And the game is all over. Well, that was a superb effort in the second half by North Beach, who came from a 5-point deficit to win by 9 points. Well, Noel Williams is indeed a proud man. Nobody can be really disappointed with the score. North, congratulations on winning the grand final. The old boys must have been very, very happy. What's your opinion of them today at this moment?
Very proud of our boys because we come from behind. We did it the right way and we deserved to win the competition. We did it all year. I think George and I deserve it, didn't we, George?
And you, George Taylor, how do you feel? Congratulations on captaining the grand final this time, mate.
I'm smiling a bit, you won't be able to see me.
Thanks, take it to a pub, mate. Good lad. Thank you very, very much, and I suppose you're happy as well.
Yeah,
Good afternoon, boys. Off to your celebrations.